For this training here today, folks. I hope you're doing amazing. Got Lisa joining us. Billy Joe, hope you're doing well. Go ahead. We're going to get rocked and rolling. And we're going to be diving into day number 3 of our training. So now, if you haven't watched day 1 and day number 2, go watch those as soon as we're done this training. But that being said, for the folks that are joining us live here today, or if you're watching the replay, let's go ahead, comment down below where we're at in the training. If you have made your boosted post, comment down below boosted. And if you have started to have conversations with people, go ahead and comment down below the word convo. I'm super curious to see where you folks are at with the training. And this is important because that's here. I'm going to show you folks. I'm going to share my screen and show you the different people who are already doing the work and getting the results. Because here's the truth. A lot of people say like, hey, do this and you're going to get results. And people don't ever get results. So let me show you this. So first of all, one of our people who've been on here is Natasha, which is amazing. She's got about 20 followers overall. So she is crushing it. We also have Sam here. He just started. He's gotten 5 followers just off of $1.70, which is fantastic. Then Michelle, I think I shared yesterday, she's at 30 new followers. So these people are implementing the strategy and they're seeing the results already. How about you folks who are on the live here today, Lisa or Billy Joe? Have either of you done either of those things? Let me know, comment down below. Because basically the whole idea behind this 3-day event is that day 1 got you followers. Great. Followers are good, but they are not clients yet. And before they become a client, we have to make sure that they become a warmed up lead. So that was day number 2 yesterday, was all about how to warm them up, have conversations with them, and how to get them starting to actually chat with you folks, okay? And so that was all for day number 2. Now, for day number 2, we actually had a bunch of people already message me saying that they're in conversations with people, they're starting to get to people's goals and struggles, and they're getting close to booking these people onto discovery calls. And so make sure that you're watching day 1 and day number 2, that you're implementing everything, because people are already generating leads and all that kind of good stuff. So that being said, I want to dive into the training for today, folks. But before we do that, go ahead. We got some more people jumping on here. Hope you're doing well. And I want to make sure that you are ready for this. So today we're going to be talking about once you have someone in the buying pocket, right? We've taken them from a stranger on social media to now a follower. Then day 2, we talked about taking them from a follower to making them warmed up in a hot lead. And today we're talking all about the sales process and how to get them across the line. So I'm going to be dropping for you folks here a link here, because every single day I've been giving you folks a resource. So today's resource is all about how to have a proper discovery call or a sales call, okay? And I'm giving you kind of a little bit of a framework of a script. You're not going to necessarily follow it word for word, but you're going to follow the strategy behind it and the system behind it. And so you guys can go ahead and download that after the training, or you can pull it up right now just to make sure that you have it saved. But here's what I want to help you do today. I want to help you understand, once you book a call, okay, so once you book a call with the lead, I'm going to show you how to make sure that they are pre-sold, and then I'm going to show you how to make sure that they show up for the call. And then I'm going to make sure that you know how to convert them on the call. And these processes work in sequence. And if you miss these processes, if you don't know how to pre-sell someone or make sure that they show up, you're going to be doing a lot of work for little reward, and we don't want that, okay? So let's dive into the training today. And if you have questions, by the way, folks, as we're diving into this, feel free to comment them down below. If you're watching the replay of this, again, you can comment it down below. But basically, let's talk about, okay, someone has booked a call because you're using the boosted strategy, you're getting followers. You're using our loop method to get them into conversation, give them freebies, and get them ready for a call, okay? Now, we want to make sure that they are pre-sold. Now, how do you make sure someone is pre-sold before they get on a call with you, okay? There's a couple things that they need to be aware of before they get on the call. Okay, so the first thing that they need to be aware of is your method. Okay, comment down below the word method, because this is very important. If someone shows up to a discovery call of yours and you present them this like new method of getting this results. If they're not already bought into the method before the call, you're gonna have to do so much work to get them to basically join your program. Like we see this a lot because we work with a lot of people in like the holistic health space or the functional health space, where a lot of people are getting on these calls and they're like, oh, I don't want to do this holistic thing or a functional thing. And it's because they didn't pre-sell the method before the sales call. And so this is a very important part. When someone books a sales call with you or a discovery call, you need to then go ahead and make sure that between when you've booked the call and when you have the call, you are sending them resources or videos or different things that are going to make them more likely to buy. Okay, so one of the things you're going to send them is a method video where you break down your method. Now for us, it's very simple. I send people our loop method video, right? It breaks down, hey, here's how to spend $5 to $10 a day to get 200 followers a week. Hey, here's how to take those followers and turn them into hot leads that are ready for a sales call. Like I show the entire method when I kind of send these videos over to people. That's the first thing that you want to do, because when people then jump on a call with you or your team, guess what happens? They're already like, yeah, I looked at the video. You talked about wanting to do this. This is exactly what I want to do. They're already bought into it, which is fantastic. So the first thing that you want to do is send them the method. Second thing is we want to send more proof, okay? You should be posting social proof on your social media. That's just a great social media strategy. We talked about that yesterday. Growing know, like, and trust. Building trust on social media is all about proof, but you want to send more proof. I like to send case studies, right? So here, I'll show you behind the scenes of this. Like when someone kind of books a call with us, or our team, we want to make sure that they're checking out our case studies. So, by the way, if you ever want to check out our case studies, we got a lot here on YouTube. So I'll send them like how Danica went from brand new to a 15K month, or how Aaliyah went from 2K months to 10K months, or how Rhonda went to $27,000 a month. Like we'll do all of these things. Shelby went from 8K to 20K months. I'll send them these different case studies for them to watch before the call. And what I try to do as well is I try to make the proof as pertinent to the lead. So if someone is like, hey, I want to go from 8K months to 20K months, they book a call with the team, I'm sending them a case study of one of our clients who went from 8K months to 20K months. Or if someone jumps on a call with their team and they're like, hey, I'm making $2,000 a month, I want to make $20,000 a month, I'll go and send them the video of Aaliyah who went from 20K months, or sorry, from 2K months to 20K months. I'm going to send proof and social proof that's actually relevant for them. Now, if you don't have enough social proof yet, as some of you maybe don't, that's okay. You can still send over stuff. And sending proof is better than sending no proof. But if you can send specific proof, the better, okay? So you want to make sure that people are bought into the method and bought into the proof. And so that's how you make people pre-sold. Because guess what they're sold on? They're sold that you actually get people results and that your method is the way that they want to get the results, okay? If you can do both of those things before someone jumps on a call, your likelihood of them buying from you grows from 10%, 20% to maybe 30 to 40%, okay? Is this making sense so far? Comment down below yes, if this is making sense so far. Also, my eyes are getting a little bit blinded from the sun, so I'm gonna lower this just a tad bit. So is this making sense? Let me know, folks. Hope you're doing well, by the way. So that's the first thing that we want to do is when someone books a call, we're going to send them these videos and be like, hey, I want you to check out this and this before the call. Can you commit to doing that? Because I want to make sure that if you jump on the call, that this actually all makes sense to you and it's actually a good fit for you. It's also just a really good filter because guess what? If people watch your stuff and they don't want to do the things that you talk about in your method and they don't like the social proof, they're not going to be a good ideal client anyways. So you're actually weeding in the right people, weeding out the wrong people, and the right people, you're making them more likely to buy from you, okay? This is strategy, folks, okay? This is how to strategically get more people across the line. So that's how you pre-sell people. Is this all crystal clear, folks? I am having, guys, you guys are quiet today. I need some comments here below. I want to make sure you folks are actually taking time to write this down and paying attention, okay? So go ahead, comment down below. We got a quiet crowd here today. Do I have to crack some jokes? No, I'm not going to crack some jokes because I'm not that great at cracking jokes. But please do comment down below just to make sure that I know that this is all making sense for you folks, okay? So all making sense. Thank you, Lisa. You broke the ice. I love it. Glad to have you on here, by the way. So now that we've pre-sold people, All making sense. Great. Now we pre-sold people, we also want to make sure that they're actually showing up. Okay? We want to make sure that they're showing up, because one of the worst things that can happen is you book a ton of sales calls. Let's say you book 10 for the next week, and you only have 2 or 3 people show up, and the rest just like cancel or reschedule or just ghost you. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're reminding people of the sales call. So there's 2 things that we want to do here. We want to make sure that we have automated reminders and manual reminders. Okay, and so we want to do this in a way that we're using automation, but also personalization. So when people book a call with you, you should have some automation. Bare minimum, email, notification, and reminders, but you can also set it up so that people have text like reminders as well. So you want to have automated stuff just so that people know when the call's happening. The way I like to do automation is I like to do an automation right away. So when they book a call, boom, they got an automation of like, hey, your call is scheduled for this day and this day, put it on your calendar. Then we want to have the 24 hours before reminder and the 1 hour before. Okay, so we have I'm going to type this down below here for all you folks. So we have the basically ASAP reminder, then we have the ASAP, and then we have the 24 hours, 24 hour, and then we have 1 hour. So those are the automated reminders that you want to have. Then manual reminders, you want to make sure that you actually manually send people a message as well, and just share your excitement, right? Whether it's the day before, just being like, hey, I'm so excited to connect tomorrow. I can't wait to dive deeper on X, Y, and Z goal, personalize it to them, and see how we can support you getting to this place, right? Send them a manual reminder the day before and the morning of. Hey, so excited to connect. By the way, do you have the Zoom link or the Google Meet link? Like, want to make sure that you're able to like show up. Really excited about things, right? So this is going to help your show up ratio. Now, some of you might be like, hey, my show up ratio is great. Perfect. As you scale a business, it just oftentimes gets worse, and we want to make sure that it's better, okay? So this is how you're not only making sure that you're pre-selling people with the method and the social proof, but then you're also actually getting them to show up to the call through automated reminders and manual reminders, okay? This is all very important to make sure people are actually showing up, and showing up pre-sold. Because remember, when your marketing and content does the heavy lifting, sales is easier. If your marketing and content does not do the heavy lifting, sales is hard. Not impossible, but it's just harder. And so you might as well create content that does that heavy lifting for you. Okay, so now we have people pre-sold, and guess what? We have people showing up to the sales call. Now we actually have to sell them. So this is where you can kind of open up that document that I sent you folks. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen a little bit and walk you through this a little bit, just to show you kind of like some of the most important pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this is the document that I gave all of you folks, which is basically we call it a sales script. Now, you can kind of personalize this to your own language, but here's the truth. A lot of people see sales as a bad word, when really we should look at not getting clients as being the bad word or phrase, okay? So we want to make sure that we're selling in an integrity way, a way that's ethical, but also closes you client. We often talk about having a heart-centered approach, but it's also business savvy. It's going to get great business results, but it shows that we care. And both can be true, which is exactly what we're going to be showing you here today. So here are the 7 buying beliefs just to start, okay? People buy when they're in pain, when they have doubt that they can change it, when the cost of staying the same is higher than the cost of change, when they desire it, and basically when they have the money for it, and they have the right support, and they have trust in you. Okay, so these are a couple of the different things. I'm not going to go crazy in depth into the sales script here today. And by the way, if you have questions about this, you can comment them down below. But basically, a sales call is broken up into 3 segments. Okay, the first segment is reframing the call, okay? You want to break the ice when people are kind of starting to get in, and you want to frame the call, okay? Now, framing the call is very important, because here, let me give you an example to show. So if I started a call with you folks, and I was like, hey folks, like super excited to chat with you today, let's just dive in and see where the call goes. Our expectation is just kind of like, oh, this is just gonna like go wherever the flow. But if I said, hey, let's jump on a call today, I want to talk about like your business goals, what you're struggling with, see if our program's a good fit. If it is, fantastic. We can dive into what it looks like and see if it's a good fit for you to join here today. Or if it's not a good fit, I'll let you know, and like I don't have to like push anything on you today. You're setting an expectation. a lot of people are scared of sales. So when they do a sales call, guess what? They don't set the frame the right way, and therefore it's harder to make a close. So set the frame and be completely transparent with people. People appreciate transparency. They would rather you tell them this is what's going to happen and that happens versus you saying, let's just dive into it, and then things happen that they didn't expect. Don't surprise people or confuse people. Tell them what's going to happen, and then actually make sure that that does happen. So that's the first part of a sales call, okay? The second part is discovery. Discovery is all about basically building the gap, okay? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here again for you folks. So building the gap is all about, basically, I like to think about it as, where are they right now? Where do they want to go? And what's in between holding them back? You need to figure that out, because when you go to stage number 3, which is actually you pitching your proposal, you want to be able to showcase how your program, your services, is the perfect bridge to take them from where they are right now, where they want to go, and it's going to help them overcome the things that are holding them back from achieving it on their own. So discovery is all about asking basically their struggles, right? What's the issue right now? What are you finding challenging right now? How long has this been going on? What's been keeping you from figuring it out? A lot of great questions in here for you to use. Then we want to move on to, okay, this is where you're at. This is what's like basically your challenge. This is what you're struggling with. This is what's not working. This is the pain you're in. Then we want to transition to this is where you want to go, right? Okay, and then we ask questions around that. Like, what's your ultimate goal with your health or your business? What would it mean if you actually achieve this goal? How would it change your life? How much money would you say you spend trying to figure this out? I think the goal is realistic for you, da, 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 da. So basically what we're doing in this section is we're trying to just figure out, number one, is our program actually a good fit for them? Because truthfully, as entrepreneurs, if you through discovery realize this person is not good for our program, ethically, you should tell them that. You should say it's not a good fit. Now, if you do your marketing right and you're like pre-selling right, this should happen less than 5% of the time, okay? If you're getting on a call with lots of people who you don't think your program is a good fit for, your marketing and pre-selling is not doing its job, okay? So it really shouldn't be a lot of people. Once you get to this place, you can basically say like, hey, I have full confidence that our program can support you, and here's why. The other clients we worked with are just like you in these different areas. They had these challenges, they're facing these struggles, they wanted these results, they need help with this. And this is where you can transition from the phase 2 of the sales framework to the phase 3 by saying, okay, I would love to share with you how our program can take you from here to here with this method, but I don't want to dive into this if you are not ready to move forward today. What would you like to do? And we do this because we don't want to come across as like, hey, now it's me, time to sell to you, basically. You want to come across as like, hey, I think we can actually help you go from here to here. We've helped many people do it. Here's how we've helped them do it. Do you want to hear about what the program looks like and see if it's a good fit for you to join or not? You want to leave the detachment in there, because if you come across as desperate, people aren't going to buy it. If you come across as like, hey, this will exactly solve your issues, but it's totally up to you if you want to do it, they then have to make the decision, and it comes from a place of internal motivation, which is a great spot to be at, okay? So that's how to transition to phase 3, which is actually you pitching your program, okay? Now, for most people who pitch their program, just a couple things to note. I'm not going to go crazy in depth on this today. You don't want to rely mainly on pitching features. You want to talk about the benefits, right? When you're going on vacation, you're excited about the destination, not the airplane ride to get there, okay? So when you're talking about your program, a lot of people are like, well, you get these one-on-one calls with me. Maybe I do this lab work, or I test your hair, or whatever it is. Like, they're talking about the features, like the things, like the logistics. And while that's important, because that's the logical basis of how you do your coaching or your services, people buy the results, okay? People buy the benefit. And so even when you are talking, because you do need to talk about the features in the sales pitch as far as one-on-one coaching, group program, whatever it is, you always want to make sure that there's a benefit attached to it. So if it's like, hey, we do this type of lab testing because you talked about today not knowing what the root issue is. We're going to dive into the root issue to help you understand what's really holding you back so we can get you to this place, right? You attach the benefit to the feature. And that way people are seeing the why, the destination. And so when you're selling people the results, not necessarily all the little things in between, okay? So like when I'm going on a vacation, I'm not like being sold to by the cookies that I'm gonna get on the airplane or if it has Wi-Fi or not. I'm being sold on the beach vacation, the like getting out in the sun because it's really cold here in Canada. As you can see, the mountains are full of snow up there. So you want to be selling the benefit. Okay, now we don't have to go into all of what I almost tripped there. We don't want to go into all the different stuff here today, but this is kind of the basis of, okay, great. Some of you who are watching this, guess what? You've already gotten a bunch of new followers from day number one. Number two, some of you have already generated these people into leads. They've grabbed freebies. You're having great conversations with them. And some of you have even said that you're starting to book some sales calls. This is the next step. You need to go through pre-selling them with the pre-sales call method. You want to then get into making sure that they actually show up. And then you actually want to sell to them effectively. Now, you're not just going to magically sell people if you follow this framework. You need to really hone in your sales skills, which takes some time and takes some effort, and that's totally okay. But we want to make sure we're doing this in the most strategic way possible. So here's what I want you folks to do. If you've already gotten the followers and the boosted post up, fantastic. Generate these leads to sales calls and use this framework to close them. If you have not done day number one, please go back to day number one, because guess what? The people who are implementing it are getting new leads coming in literally every single day. They're getting an extra 5, 10, 20, 30. And you want to make sure that that is happening, because without the traffic, you're not going to get the clients. But if you just have traffic, but not a good conversion system, you're also not going to get the clients. It's both and, but traffic comes first. Okay, folks? So that's the training for here today. If you follow these 3 days, not only will you get more followers, you'll get more people having conversations with you and grabbing your freebies, booking sales calls, and becoming clients, okay? This is exactly how we've helped all these other people that I've showed you get incredible results in their business. Like, I mean, in fact, here, I'm going to show this to you folks just because, like, I like to be completely transparent with all of you. So I'm going to share my screen. So this is today just in our client channel, okay? So in our client channel here today, we had Kim here. Great, she signed a $4,200 client. We had Aaliyah here. She's at $31,000 for the month. Aaliyah here 4 months ago was making $2,000 a month. Okay. We have Kathy here who's scheduling calls off, but she just boosted her post and she's scheduling sales calls. We have all of these clients that are crushing it. I mean, I could keep showing you. This is stuff from yesterday. Kimberly, 5,300 today. Danica, 7,500 this week. Appaloosa. Like, these are all people just like you who are using better strategies. Okay, so here's what I want to do, folks. If you're watching this live here today or the replay, and you want 2026 to finally be the year where things change, and you actually want mentorship that actually gives you direction. We're not like some other business coaches who just basically are like, oh, if you're struggling with that, do this. We're going to tell you, hey, this is the direction to go. This is how it should be set up. We're giving you strategy, just like I'm giving you here today. I'm not telling you you could do this or you could do that. I'm telling you this is the strategy that's going to work. If you want direction and clarity on what to do today, that will get you clients tomorrow, go ahead and send me a message. Let's connect with the team. If you've not felt aligned with the stuff I'm talking about on these trainings, our program's not a good fit for you, okay? Because guess what? This is what we teach in our program. So if you don't like it or it's not working for you, don't join our program. But if you're seeing it's working, you're seeing it's working for the other people who are attending this challenge, you can see that it's working for you as well, then our program would be a good fit, okay? We don't work with everyone. We just work with the people that it makes sense and it aligns for, okay? So go ahead and implement, folks. If you're ready to hit your first 10K month, your first 20K month here in 2026, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to connect you with the team. You can chat with them and see if this is a good fit. If it's not, literally no pressure. But if it is, let's change the world together. So I need to head out for the day, folks, but I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. If you got any questions, shoot them over my way below. Make sure we're getting more followers, turning them into leads, turning them into sales calls, turning them to clients. You have the formula. Let's go make it happen, folks. I'll see you folks in the group. We're going to be doing some more live trainings as we go along. So I hope to see you in there, and let's connect soon. Bye for now, folks. We'll chat soon.